Hey guys, you're watching the one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome to a brand new series. Now, this series has a lot to explain in the first episode, so bear with me. There might not be a lot of building done, but there is going to be a lot of setting up that needs to be done before we can get into the other stuff. So this is Let's Build a Spaceship. Now, few things that I want to get off my chest before we start. A few questions that you guys might have is, why not do it in the end? If you built a spaceship in the end, it would look like that you were in the middle of space. Okay, there's some advantages to that, and there's some disadvantages to that. The disadvantage of it is that we can't ever make it daytime, which means it's always going to be dark for you guys. You find it hard to see when it's dark. It's just not going to work all that great. Plus, you get this really weird like filter over your screen in the end. You get like this it's sort of like a fuzzy, you know what I mean. But the advantages are, yes, you can. It's like being in complete space. So we're not going to do that. We are going to do it in the overworld, and obviously we can make it nighttime if we want to, and it'll work just as well. Second thing, we are in the Mass Effect mashup pack, as you can see at the top there. After doing the or, you know, while we're doing the what do you call it, the Santa's Grotto series, so with that Christmas texture pack, it's made me really want to do some more stuff in texture pack. There's a lot of stuff that we can do. I've never really been interested in them up till this point, but as you can see in the Mass Effect mashup pack, it's perfect for a spaceship. There's so many futuristic, crazy sci-fi blocks that we can do some nutty stuff. I'm sure we can do some completely crazy things with it, okay? So we're using the Mass Effect mashup pack for this. Now, what I want to do at the beginning is find a block that I would want a world to be made out of. Now, I really like this sand. This is sand here, okay? Now, we could make a custom superflat world of just sand, and I'll tell you why. I shall tell you why. Unless there's anything else that we would want the world to be made out of. What about red sand? What does red sand look like? I don't think it's... These are the clays. Oh, we don't have red sand yet, do we? Of course we don't. Endstone does look cool. That's what it is. It's going to be endstone. Okay, that's all we need. These are cactuses, aren't they? I'm sure they're cactuses. Okay, perfect. What we're going to do is we're going to exit this game, because that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to test on a world first on how to do that. So what we're going to do, I told you this is going to be a little bit of a setup episode, but it is completely necessary. Whenever you quit off a world on Xbox One, it takes forever for it to load back up. 4J, fix this. It takes absolutely forever. But yeah, there isn't going to be much building done today. But boy, are we going to get a lot sort of planned out. So we need to create a new world on creative. I had it on, well, no, we'll have it on peaceful. We want it in the Mass Effect mashup pack. But then what we want to do is not generate structures. A custom super flat world with edit layer. What was it? Endstone, wasn't it? Where's Endstone? Endstone. There we go. Endstone. And we want the layer height to be huge. Like, well, probably around 50, 60 blocks. Something, yeah, 60 just to make it even. Okay, I've got a plan, guys. I have a plan. This, delete, and obviously, do we need the bedrock? I think you need the bedrock at the bottom, so that doesn't matter. The biomes, I think you need to have a biome anyway, don't you? Or can we just have end biome? No, we don't want that because that makes it dark. Okay, I think that's good. We don't want villagers on. We don't want anything else on. Wonderful. Okay, I think that's good. Now, you guys might be thinking, well, hold on, AJ, because this is going to be a completely super flat world. What's the point of that? Well, what we can do is we can rough the terrain by just TNTing it, and it'll make a really natural looking terrain area, but with a really cool block. So I'm hoping this is going to work. I've never done a custom super flat world that isn't just grass. I've never really experimented with that before. Okay, and then we can start talking about the spaceship itself. This is so cool. Okay, this is our planet now. Now, I need to find where TNT is. TNT and redstone torch. And all we need to do, obviously I can do this off camera, mostly, but I would just spam TNT about. Doesn't matter how much you use. We made it super, super thick, and then we just light the TNT. And when we had imagine we had like a whole load of this, it blows out everywhere and makes a totally space-agey, crater-filled terrain. Okay, how cool is that? Now we can build our spaceship as high up as we want. Oh, I tell you something I forgot to do. I forgot to put host privileges on. I should probably do that later. That's only to turn it to nighttime when we want to. But yeah, we can turn it to nighttime then and have a spaceship going over at night and in the daytime. But that is going to be so cool with a completely potholed terrain. So the next step, before we... I'm sorry, but we can't quite build it yet because we need to work out a shape. Now, I don't want a Death Star shape, okay? I don't want a big, round spaceship, because it's pretty boring to build, and Death Star is pretty big, okay? I don't want a single-manned one either. I don't want, like, one that is, like, one person, and he just sits in it with a little gun, because that's pointless. Think more about Mass Effect itself. If you've ever played Mass Effect, you'll know the ship that you control is the Normandy, or in the later ones, the Normandy Mark II, the second Normandy. And basically, it's a ship capable of carrying quite a large crew of different people, and it's got different wings. It's got weapons, a weapons area. It's obviously got the pilot's area. It's got a map of the galaxy area. It's got living quarters. It's got bedrooms. That's sort of size that I want. So I want it not as big as the Death Star, but big enough that we can do a really sick interior on the inside, complete with weapons and all sorts. So for a shape, I'm going to just do a basic shape here. Obviously, we don't want it circle, because circle's boring, right? I don't want it circle like this. And I don't want... What's the one out of Star Trek? The Star Trek one has a circle one, and then it sort of drops down. Like, let's do another little shape here, like a tiny little one. I know there's one in Star Trek. I don't watch Star Trek, but it's something like that. And imagine this being a big round one, and then it has like its wings at the back. I don't like that either. Okay, I think the shape that I want to do for our spaceship is more of a triangle shape. Think a little bit triangular. Triangular. Think triangular, but don't think like boring triangle. Think more organic shape triangle. So it'll come out here like this. I think I want to go a little bit longer. Obviously, this is just a basic sketch at the moment. Maybe that one and that one. And then I think I possibly want some little wings on the side here, sort of looking like a space shuttle at the moment, and then maybe some really cool fairings or something at the back, and then in the middle here will be where our engine is. So imagine like some cool engine style thing. What does spiderwebs look like? Where are spiderwebs? Oh, good luck finding that. Oh, I don't even know where spiderwebs are. Like, normally, I think they're in here normally, aren't they? They're one of these. Are they? What? Are spiderwebs normally? I don't know. I might be looking in the wrong area, which probably isn't going to help. They're not in this area, are they? They're not in the first one? I'm sure I'd be able to spot what it sort of looks like. Maybe not. Maybe I don't know. I was just thinking about spiderwebs for like the gas that comes out of the back. Maybe it was a light or something. But we can use sort of a neon-y like block for that. But that's the sort of shape that I'm sort of somewhat thinking of. But obviously, a lot bigger with a lot more detail in it. Obviously, you guys know what I mean, okay? So, what we're going to do is I'm going to grab, I need to find where a book is, a book and quill. I'm going to grab 2 of them. In the first one, we're going to write down some things that we want on the exterior, okay? Because we always build the exterior first and then we go and do the interior. So, on the exterior, we want a cool engine, okay? Cool engine. We're going to make a checklist for this series so we don't forget anything, and I can add things to this super easily from the comment sections that you guys suggest. So a really cool engine at the back. How do I go down a line? Enter. Can I go down a line? I'm sure. How do I go down a line? I just want to, like, return, do you know what I mean? Or do I have to do it all in a list? I might have to do it all in a list. Okay, cool engine. We want lights. We want lights on them. Redstone lights, I sort of want them to maybe revolve around so it, like, lights up as it goes around. So we want some lights. What else would we want on the outside? We want some weapons. We want weapons on the outside. If slime blocks come out, we can add weapons that attach to slime blocks to make bigger weapons if we want to. We want an observation deck. Now, this is technically sort of interior thing, but it is seen from the outside. So we want an observation deck. Now, basically, I'm thinking about a giant glass dome, okay? A giant glass dome that you can enter, and then you can see out into space at, like, pretty much all angles. Do you know what I mean? So we want an observation deck there. We obviously want the pilot's glass. I don't know what you'd call that. Oops, I spelled pilot wrong. Pilot glass. I'm just going to put pilot glass because I know what that means then. So we've got pilot glass. What else will we want on the outside? Do we want any levers or things? That's mostly detailed stuff that we'll know about. I want a touch of colour. Okay? I don't want it to be a colourful spaceship, like being all rainbow coloured, but I'm thinking mostly grey with, like, little bits of red or blue. We'll have a look to see which one we prefer, but either red or blue, maybe even green, could look super nice. Okay? What else will we need on the outside of the ship? I don't think we need landing gear, because it would hover. It won't land. But maybe landing legs or something like that. I'm going to put legs on for now. Obviously, they won't be out, but we'll know that it sort of the ship itself has legs. That's good for the inside. So I'm just going to hit done. And now we're going to open up this book, and this is going to be our interior book. So on the inside, we want the engine room. Okay, that's very, very important. We want to have a huge room of, like, a fusion powered engine of atoms and cool stuff. We can make it look amazing in Minecraft. We want weapons for the ship's weapons. I mean, not handheld weapons. That'll be its own armory that we need for that, for our crew to be able to be armed. Is that how you spell armory in the UK? That looks so much better. I know that's the American way, but it just looks better. Armory. We need the pilot. I can't remember what you'd call the pilot's area, but yeah, pilot's area. Okay, pilots. I'm gonna put area so I know what it means. Pilot's area. We need living quarters. I'm just gonna put living because quarters is a long word for me to type. Living. We need map. I'm thinking about the Normandy style map here in Mass Effect itself. A map room. We need a med deck, a med center. Yeah, med center to be able to heal our people. We need, now, obviously, if you guys have any more ideas, don't put them down yet because I haven't finished. But at the end of the episode, if I haven't mentioned something and added it to the book, let me know in the comment section below, and we can always add it to these books. We can cross them off as we go. Med center, we're going to need private quarters. We're going to need my own private quarters as the captain of the ship. Private area, because it's shorter than quarters. Private area. We want the observation deck. I'm just going to put the deck to be able to get that from the inside. We want, that's what we need on the outside as well. We need escape capsules. Okay, if in the rare, impossible case of my ship becoming blown up, we need to be able to evacuate with escape pods. So that's awesomely cool. We need a repair area, like to be able to repair parts of the ship. Yeah, maybe like a repair station. I like that word, repair station. We'll just put a repair for now, just so it's shorter. What else will we need on the inside of the ship? We've got living... We need a kitchen. And bathrooms. Two very, very important things to everyday life. And we need bathroom. With showers and stuff. But that's all under bathroom. Okay. What else would we need on an amazing spaceship? Navigational area? Maybe near the pilot? Navigation? Oops. What have I done? Navigation. We get to see what this world looks like at nighttime as well. With this cool endstone colour. What else might we need on the inside? That's going to do for now. We can always add more. And if you guys have anything, let me know. I'm going to take this map out. I'm going to put those two there. That way I can't accidentally delete them when I do that. They stay there. And we can add them as we go. Okay, that's looking pretty cool. Let me just TNT up this area and make a little bit more of a natural terrain. And then maybe I've got 5 or so minutes to get some sort of start of a skeleton in, okay? We haven't got too much time. But yeah, the next few episodes are going to be just doing the skeleton of the ship. But anyway, I'm going to TNT up this area and I shall be back. How cool is that? Imagine doing this for like a huge visible area directly below the spaceship. It's going to look so, so cool. But anyway, seeing as though I don't have host privileges on, because I forgot about that, we're going to have to sleep away the night here to get it daytime again. And let's try a quick basic plan of our ship itself. Now, what block? Look at all of these blocks that we've got here. What one would we want to make the majority of the ship out of? Obviously, we want some sort of grey block. Maybe a mix of those two. Obviously, we'll be using these sort of more detailed ones as well. But we need a block that we're going to use for the majority of it. A basic, clean block. Nothing with lines around it, like quartz, if possible. Oh, they all have lines around it. That's really annoying. I want a smooth block. Do you know what I mean? Like a block that I can connect multiple together and they all look the same. Do you know what I mean? Like how snow does. You know how we can connect snow together and it looks like one giant piece? It doesn't have no lines in between it like around here. I hate that. I hate that. That's not going to work. But it looks like they're all like that. Okay, that shouldn't be a problem. That shouldn't be a problem. Out of those ones, I think I like this one the best, which is mossy stone. Okay, so what we're going to do is grab some sand and a torch. And we're going to layer up in the middle here where we want our spaceship to be. And a map. A map could be quite important. Empty map. We are currently on Y61. Perfect. So, let's sand up to however high we want to go, where our spaceship begins. Obviously, we can't build, or we can build it to like 256. We can go really high if we want to, but the higher we go, the more TNT it had to do. And I don't want it to be crazy high off the ground. I think maybe that would be a nice amount. So that is where our ship roughly is going to be. Okay, and get rid of all that sand now. Okay, so from here, imagine this maybe is the front of the ship. Let's sort of plan that out. So as a basic skeleton, let's get a splash potion as well. We want something like, we want something like this at the beginning, okay? Now, this is going to take a few episodes just to get the basic skeleton done. It's going to be a big ship. Imagine the type of interior that we're going to have to do on this, and the room that we're going to have. Unlike our mansion Let's Build, this is going to include a lot of redstone. I want to pack this. I want to fill it up with all sorts of little redstone gadgets and gizmos and all sorts. I think this is a little bit too thin. I think I want it to actually be wider at its point. Do you know what I mean? I don't want it to be too pointy. So let's take this away. It's going to be a lot of getting things wrong. There's going to be a lot of testing. But if we don't do it, we're never going to get it how we want. So obviously I want a middle block. We want it to be an odd number wide. Not really bothered about width yet. But here we want something like... yeah, something like this. And then this. And then maybe another 2. And then a 3. And then a 3. And then a 4. Remember, this is the pointiest section. This will get bigger the further you go back. In fact, its widest point is going to be the back. It's a very strange shape compared to other spaceships that you may have seen in other games. This is our own spaceship. I highly recommend doing this for yourself, building along with me, planning out first. Make sure you do plan out what you want to sort of do and how you want the shape to be before you get too far into it. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a problem. And also, make sure from the beginning that you get things symmetrical. Because boy, is it going to be difficult otherwise. Okay, so from here, I want this to slowly get wider now. So we want like maybe 5 blocks, 6, 7 blocks, and then come out for 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do the same on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I want to come out again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In my head, I do have the ship's shape. 6, 7. In my head, I do have it. It's just trying to get it from my head to Minecraft. Have you ever wanted to do a drawing in real life, like in your head you've got the drawing, and then when it comes to building it in real life and drawing it, putting it down on paper, it just doesn't work out? We might have the same problem. So that is 10 blocks, correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to do another one there. And I extended this last 7 one to 9 blocks instead. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, that's looking good. I think we've got a pretty good width here. Is that in line? That is in line. Yeah. I think we're getting a pretty good width here. What I want to do is I want to add a little bit of shape, dynamic shape, to the ship itself. So we're actually going to come in a few blocks here. Maybe at a pretty straight diagonal. Make the ship go a little bit thinner. How many blocks is that? That's 6 blocks diagonally in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you guys are going to have a lot of trust in me as well on making this ship look good. Because at the moment, you guys are probably going, what are you doing, AJ? But a lot of you had that same idea when we first started off the mansion. You were going, why are you using those blocks? They are disgusting blocks. And then a few episodes later, you went, this is looking really cool. This is like my favorite series. So you do just have to give me a chance to convince you that I'm using the right blocks. I'm not saying that I'm going to get it right the first time. But at least give me a chance to fix it maybe if I don't like it. Or if you guys don't like it as much. So we've got a really cool shape going on here. This is looking so sick. So sick. And then we want this to be straight by maybe... oh, let's come out one more block. No, I like it there actually. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I want this to come in again diagonally. Just by 4 blocks though. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're out of time. This might be a little bit of a longer episode as it's the first one. Like that. And like that. And we're pretty much getting towards the back of the ship now. So you can start to see that this is going to be a big, big project. But boy, am I going to have fun doing it. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And then something like that. And like that. No, I don't like that. It's too big. There and there. Splash. That one. And that one. And then the engine to power our ship is going to be in here. Okay. Now, obviously, it's a flat ship at the moment. It will get a lot more 3D. I think is the best word for it. It will get more 3D, but I certainly think that we've got enough room inside it. I mean, let's say, at a rough guess, that this is the middle of the ship, the middle from top to bottom. The top might be around there to there-ish, maybe, and the bottom maybe to about there. That's a sort of height from top to... That actually looks really thin compared to the length. I think we can add some more to that. Maybe like that and that. I'm trying to imagine that sort of shape. We might even have more room than that. If we do, then amazing. Because obviously the more room we have on the inside, the more redstone we can do, the more rooms we can do, the bigger the rooms can be, the more beds we can have, therefore the more crew the ship can take. I think that's good. I don't like this tail. I don't like the butt end of the ship. I think it's a little bit too thin. I think we want to make this wider. I did say that the butt of the ship was going to be its widest point, and it's not, and I think that's a mistake because we want to try and keep with that triangle shape that we wanted. It does have a sort of triangle shape. If it gets wider at the back, it's a triangle, right? Right, so that's the sort of thing that we want to try and do. So I'm going to actually bring this out even further here. Look at that cool sunset. So this is now the widest part of the ship. I'm going to go even further, but I'm going to now extend this to 3 blocks. I know it's very difficult for you guys to be able to count along as well at home. I apologize for that, but I don't know what size I'm doing this either. If I did, I'd be able to count it out with you. I just don't, unfortunately. So I think it's one more set of 2. And then it goes to 3. It's getting so dark I can hardly see now. 3. Let's get a bed down. I think I might be... I'm way over time for this episode, but the first episode of any series should be a little bit longer to get everybody exactly on the same page. Okay, one more of 3. I think we've got a really nice block for it, though. Imagine adding the quartz and all of these like little light blocks and these line blocks. Oh, boy, that glowstone looked amazing. Okay, that looks good. I think that's about good now. We've definitely got a lot more width. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I want to come in just by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I want to come in just by a little bit, like perfectly diagonally though. 3 blocks I'm gonna do. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to come out 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then, yeah, that's better. That's much better. I'm going to add 2 more. And then we're going to have, I think we're going to do it square. But these can now be bigger. That is now 7 blocks. Yeah, 7 blocks. Was it there? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's now 6 blocks. Is that right on this side? Yeah, 6 blocks. Perfect. And then this comes in every 3 blocks. And then here. Have I got enough room now for a larger engine? Yes, I do. I have such a bigger engine place. Okay, so then basically I'm thinking the shape would be something like this. And this is where the sort of moon power fusion dust stuff comes out of. Imagine that as the ship goes along. Maybe a little bit bigger. Obviously, it's very flat at the moment. But that is going to have to do it for this episode, guys, I'm afraid. It's going to be such a cool series. It's just taking a little while to set up and get moving. But once we start to get everything together, boy, is it going to look sick. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you've got any suggestions for the outside or inside, leave them in the comment section below. We shall add them to the books. We shall see you in the next episode.